Welcome everyone. I hope you guys are doing well today. Today I will be playing the demo for the Demon's Apple. The Demon's Apple is created by Kakera and they do have some other games on itch.io, so don't forget to check those out too. This is a dark fantasy otome game with mature content. In this game you play as Pome, who is the village herbalist, and during one of her outings to pick up herbs used to create medicine, she finds a badly wounded man and takes him home to try and save his life. She then discovers he's a demon. So that's going to be really interesting because it seems like in this world, demons are bloodthirsty creatures. So he may just end up attacking Pome, or I guess he might end up being interested in her. The game is currently up for pre-order for $10. You do have quite a bit of time before the game is officially released. I do believe there are pre-order goals. Let me see. I think if there's 50 pre-orders, they get an extra epilogue added. If there's 200 pre-orders, then a new story that features a new MC and a certain character of the game. So I'm really interested to see what that character is. If you do enjoy this and want to try it yourself, please try out the demo yourself. If you do try out the demo yourself, don't forget to leave a rating, comment, let the creator know how much you enjoy it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, do I want to change my name? It goes great with the Apple theme, but I'll change it. Lottie, me. Ooh, I'm already liking the background. It's really atmospheric. I'm walking along the muddy path towards the forest in the early hours of the day. The night has been rainy, but this morning is sunny, and I have high hopes the weather will stay nice. I have to pick up some plants and herbs to be sold at my father's store. All right, we're already getting some background. That's good. He owns the only store in our village. As his daughter, I have a duty to help him, which I enjoy very much. Though we aren't rich, our lives are quite peaceful. It's not like much happens in the village anyway. We are far from everything, and the only danger is the forest. There are tales of demons living in the forest, so it's supposedly dangerous to walk there at night. But having to pick herbs and plants for years, I have yet to encounter any danger. Wild animals are probably the greatest danger to me, and I avoid some parts of the forest during certain times of year. Well, I'll have to be careful. It will be slippery in the forest, what with the falling leaves. So I'm looking at Pome's design, and there is a symbol here. I'm interested to know what that is. Some kind of magic symbol? Is it something like it appeared on their head, or is it painted? As I enter the forest, I can hear the rustle of leaves, but not the singing of birds, which is really strange. But we have a storm today, but it's sunny. I should hurry in case the weather changes. I quicken my steps, and as I go deeper in the forest, the silence becomes quite heavy. I'm not scared, but I can't say I'm really calm either. I decided to shorten my outing and quickly pick the plants I need. My basket might not be full, but aside that halfway is enough for the day. Are we feeling something isn't really right, so we have to leave early just in case? I would rather come back another day than risk my life because I didn't go back home when I should have. That's good. I like these instincts. It should be fine for a few days. Let's head home. I walk quickly between the trees. There are no paths, but I know too well how to navigate this forest. My worries grow, so I decide to walk towards the river. All right, everything looks nice, nothing out of place so far. It's not like it would change anything, but it lightens the uneasiness I feel once I reach it. I follow the river, the sunlight peeking through the leaves. I'm probably worried for nothing. I walk for a while. I suddenly slip down on the slope, sliding until I end up in the river. That hurts. Now covered in mud, and probably bruises too, I take the time to catch my breath. Some of the herbs scattered during the fall, but most of them are still inside the basket. I let out a sigh of relief. I stand up and put the herbs back in my basket, but as I step towards the last remaining ones, I'm stopped by something strange. The silhouette of a hooded corpse. Are we sure it's dead? It sends a shiver down my spine. It's not every day that I have the bad luck of finding a corpse. I knew I was right to trust my gut. Shit. There are strange and terrible wounds on the body. Maybe the demons are real. My hands start shaking violently, so I try to take a deep breath to calm myself down. It's not your fault, Lottie. I should head back to the village to tell them that there's a corpse near the river. Did we check if there's a pulse at least? I'm suddenly stopped in my goal when I see the man's chest rise, so he is alive. The wounds are so deep and ugly, I never once thought he could be alive. I just can't let him die here. But I can't heal his wounds with what I have on me. I kneel down next to him, grab his arms to wrap them around my neck. It takes me 3 tries, but I finally manage to stand up. He's heavy. He really feels like a big rock. I have to be careful to not lose balance, so we're gonna have to drag him all the way back home along with our herbs. Once set, I take my basket. I'll need some of these herbs if I want to save him. If it's not too late already. Ooh, is that our house? Doesn't look too bad. I like the vegetation growing. It takes me almost an hour to get back to the village. But since my house is at the outskirts, I don't cross paths with anyone. Once I reach the door, I unlock it. But after a few steps, my legs give out. Please let them have a nice rest. As long as you reach the house, you're perfectly fine. Sorry, are you alright? Of course he can't answer. But lifting such a heavy man for so long tired me more than I expected. But I can't stop yet. There is no witch in this village, so there isn't anyone who could heal him. I have to take care of him before it's too late. Oh, okay, so I know demons were a thing based on the description, but witches are too. But it seems like they're not seen in a bad light, at least by the way MC is talking about witches. I don't really want to have a dead man inside my own house. I muster the courage to stand, despite my tiredness, and I go fill a bucket of water to clean up the mud off his body. On my way back, I take some towels, alcohol, and a needle and thread. I know I will have to stitch him up. Once I'm back to the stranger lying on my living room's floor, I start by undressing him. The tips of his fingers are black. For the first time, I see his face and the 2 black horns attached to each side of his head. Oh, okay, so we find out he's a demon really quick. Okay. A demon. I may have done something wrong. While known to exist, most of the stories about demons describe them as ferocious creatures that feed on human blood. They'd have horns and claws, their skins oozing a black-colored liquid. But this one looks pretty much human. Has she ever seen a demon before, like actual face-to-face, or talked to someone who said they've seen a demon? Or I'm assuming there's just different variations of demons. They all don't look the same. If he is human, I have to heal his wounds, right? Could be half demon, half human. Is that a thing in this world? Of course I have to heal him, but what if he's dangerous? If he is hot, then we definitely have to heal him. I can't leave him to die in my own home. I'll just be careful. Treatment took a while, but at least the horned man survived. I am left tired like I've never been, but I'm much relieved to see him breathe, despite the gaping wound I had to stitch. Had he been human, he probably wouldn't have survived losing so much blood. I hope he'll wake up, eventually. But for now, I just have to wait. I can't even tell anyone about him. Damn, even Dad can't know? So how long until our dad comes home from the store? I head to the washroom to clean myself. I'm in better shape than him, but the day has been quite hard on me. After that, I finally go to bed, leaving the horned man on my living room's floor. Did we not tell our father hello? Strange horned man on our living room floor, knocked out, bandaged up, and stitched up? Is he gonna wake us up? Threatened us? The following day, my whole body hurts. I struggle to get up, so I take my time. Suddenly, I hear a loud noise coming from the living room. Has he woken up already? But with such wounds, he shouldn't be awake so soon. No one would be. So that does show that he at least has some sort of demon blood in him. I'm still not sure if he's full demon or like half a demon or what his situation is. Definitely not 100% human. I took a quick look around me to see if there's anything I can use as a protective measure. But everything remotely useful is in the living room. I'm stupid. I was too tired yesterday to even think about it. With no way to defend myself, in case I get attacked by this man, I partially open the door and take a peek at what is happening. He's standing up, leaning on the table, and everything that was on it is now on the floor. I hope you picked that up, sir. I treated your wounds. No wonder I heard so much noise. He looks like he's struggling quite a bit. Should I go see how he is? Might as well ask him how he's feeling. I'll walk carefully toward him. If it's carefully, we still make our presence known, like, hey, hi, how you doing? I hope you're good. I'm the one who took care of you. Don't munch on my flesh and drink my blood like orange juice, please? Yeah, that should be fine. Ask how he's feeling. I kind of want to be a bit bold here. Yeah, let's see that. Maybe he'll like me being bold, or he might see it as a threat. So let's hope it's not a threat. I would rather avoid getting too close. I don't know how dangerous he is. Mister, are you alright? Do you need some help? He turns toward me, and for the first time, I see his gleaming red eyes. The view sends a shiver down my spine as I try to stay collected. Hello, sir. I know you're bandaged, but you're looking gorgeous. He takes a step forward, and I take a step back. I don't really know what I should do. Maybe I shouldn't have taken care of him. What do you need? Medicine? Food? He limps in my direction, and I consider closing the door and jumping through my bedroom window to escape. But I'm paralyzed. I can't move. I'm hoping there's supposed to be some words in between E and U, just letting you know, sir. I may look delicious, but I am not available to snack on. Did I hear well? Does he want to eat me? I'm no good. Don't, please. I know he won't obey, but at least I try. It would have been much easier if I had any weapons, but I have nothing. All my knives are on the other side of the living room, and all the furniture is too heavy to be used as a weapon. I wish I wouldn't have made such a decision. The closer he gets, the more my body shakes. But as he reaches his hands out to me, he passes out. Oh, okay. Well, I guess he's still too tired, wounded to really do anything, too fatigued, but that's good. But on closer inspection, we actually can see this weird mark on his neck. I don't know why, but it reminds me of like gills for some reason. I don't think they're gills though. And it kind of looks like he has some right here too, under his little pectoral. He does have some really dark eyes, and we can see his horns are nice and shiny. And it looks like the tip of his pointed ears are a bit darkened too. And I think MC did say his fingertips were like that also. My legs give out from relief, but at least I have a few more moments of peace. So grab a weapon then, just in case. At least have something to make it feel like you have confidence to be around this demon. Maybe I should tie him up, in case he tries to attack me the next time he wakes up. I drag him to my bed. It's the only place where I can tie someone up. Carrying him onto the bed is difficult enough, and I bump his head quite a few times in the attempt. He should be fine, he's a demon, he'll walk that off. Sorry. Hopefully, his horns took the worst of it. I take a short rest once he's lying down on the bed. Then, I find some rope in the shed attached to my house. I go back to the bedroom to tie him up. It will do for now. But I need rest just as much as this man does. Hopefully, he'll sleep for a while. I leave the room quietly and lay down on the sofa. While it won't provide the best sleep, at least I'll be able to take a nap, since my guest is taking the bed for now. I wish I hadn't discovered him, because now I can't just abandon him. At least not without guilt that will be too much to bear. I knew it would happen soon, but only 2 days after that, he wakes up again. Okay, so we at least had like 2 days of rest of not worrying, but I feel like in those 2 days we'd probably still be paranoid of when he'll wake up and what he'll do once he wakes up. I'm eating in the living room when I hear the sounds of struggling and scratching. I'm not very confident at all about this, but I have to go anyway. The door opened, and I take a look at the demon, who is trying to untie himself. The rope itself is already half ripped apart by his claws. He doesn't even look at me. How do you feel? He flinches, then looks at me with justified hatred. Whether it's because he's a demon, or because he's tied to a stranger's bed. Do you understand? Oh, okay, sir. Well, you didn't answer me. Hello? You see how rude this man is? Shut up. Do I look so stupid that I can't understand simple words? What if happens if I say yes, because you weren't talking to me before? At least he seems to have regained his senses, compared to the last time he woke up. I wasn't sure we spoke the same language. As you can hear, we do. Bro kinda sassy, isn't he? He stares into my eyes and, intimidated by the sudden moment, I look away. I don't even know what I should do now that he's awake. So, did you kidnap me to enslave me? Bro, how? Me, a little human? How am I supposed to do that? He looks dead serious. Do I look like someone who would enslave other people? Why would I? Because, while I was passed out, you tied me up on a bed in fear for my life. Anybody would think that you're trying to do something. I realize the situation could be weird to anyone, yes. You're the one who attacked me. I don't remember. That doesn't make you innocent. Want to say sorry? He lets out a sigh. At least untie me, because I don't think I will be as patient if I have to do it myself. Is that a threat? He doesn't look aggressive, so it should be fine, right? And if he leaves, at least I won't have to take care of him anymore. Untie him. I feel like if I do the whole untie thing, he's gonna flip the situation on me and pin me down, maybe like a hand around my throat, something, and threaten me, maybe ask for more questions. If I asked about his intentions, would he even answer? Because at this point, he still thinks I'm trying to enslave him. I kind of want to go a bit dangerous here. Let's untie him. I take a few steps toward the bed. I sit on it in order to reach for the rope around his wrists. I feel his eyes linger on me. He's probably wondering what he will do once he's free. Not snap my neck, please? But I can't let my mind roam on such thoughts for too long. I can't afford to be afraid of him now. There. I finish freeing him. When I look at him, his hair resembles that of a wild beast. Hey buddy, you're staring at me kind of intense here. He's angry. I'm doomed. I feel the demon's legs wrap around my body. Yeah, and the next thing I know, I'm on my back. His upper body leaning above me. I knew the situation would happen, and I kind of actually wanted this. It's a dangerous situation, but I'm liking this a lot. It was so brutal that I stopped breathing for a few seconds and closed my eyes. Do you really think that will let you go so easily? Yes and no. I assumed you'd at least leave. Tail. It's a little bit, you can see it a bit. And we actually see his claws. Okay, very sharp nails, and then you can see like darkened tips. I hope so, yes, but I was so wrong. He grabs my face, and I feel his claws piercing through my skin. A pearl of blood falls down my cheek as I try to understand what's happening to me. Acting all nice when you did this to me. Do you think I will let it go? What do you mean this? Does he mean tying him up? Yes, I did that, but for my own safety? His injuries? That ain't me. I can't do that. Fear paralyzes me. Words won't even come out of my mouth. Tears well up in my eyes. I should have left him on the ground while I had the chance. In a desperate attempt to survive, I try to push him away, but to no avail. He is so much stronger than I am. I just found you lying in the mud. I know nothing about the attackers. You're lying. Do I look like someone who can fight? I'm not a fighter, so taking down a demon who has magical abilities to help him fight isn't even possible. I took care of you, healed your wounds. Take a look at it for yourself. Even if I did, it wouldn't prove anything. For all I know, you could be trying to manipulate me into believing you're one of the good guys in order to sell me. I'm not. How do we convince this man he's really dead set on thinking we're someone who actually wanted to cause harm to him? He tightens his grip on my face, which hurts me even more. I have heard stories about demon horns being valuable in the capital, but villages like ours fear them. We don't have knights to protect us. Whatever. He frees my face, but before I can do anything, he slides his hand along my neck, his nails grazing skin on their path. Not knowing his intentions, I grab his hand, but he pins it down on the bed to make sure I'm not in his way. What are you doing? And you're kind of hot in this position though, but still, what are you doing? As I panic, my breathing gets more ragged. If I'm not sure of your intentions, I can at least make good use of you. What does that mean? Don't do anything. If our differences in strength wasn't so big, I could have resisted, but I feel like a doll in his hands. He leans down to my neck, and suddenly, I feel a big... Did he bite my neck? I clearly feel his canines pierce my throat, and his warm breath on my skin. Hello, sir! Damn! Get me dinner first? Flowers, chocolates, anything? Even a teddy bear. It hurts so much that I feel my heart beating in my neck. Is he drinking blood? What is he doing? Yeah, probably not a nice feeling, maybe? But I'm not ready to get killed yet. I gather all the strength I have left in me to lift my free hand, and I violently stab my nails into his back. I scratch his back as deep as I can, hoping he lets go of my neck. The more I scratch, the more he flinches. But it encourages me to continue as he drinks my blood. Okay, he's drinking blood, okay. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, at least not ripping the flesh out of my throat. I go on for what seems like a long time, when he suddenly stops and sits up. I'm still stuck under his weight, but I'm alive. You're quite annoying. You too, buddy. You did that without warning. He's angry, and he's allowed to be, but I'm suffering as much as he is. The demon wipes the blood from his lips. He would probably have preferred me dead. I run my hand along my neck. I wouldn't have done that if you hadn't attacked me to begin with. I told you, I'm not your enemy. Even so, I can't say I don't hate him. I would be lying. I'm not so good of a person that I'll forgive what he just did. Thank you! Oh, that's so good. I like that. Okay. Like, you know, we understand his perspective in this situation, but him not even trying to talk this out with us is kind of infuriating. Even if it was to feed himself. There are probably better and gentler ways to proceed. I don't care about that. I don't trust you. You can leave my house then, sir. Please, go somewhere. I let out a sigh. I should have never helped this man. Then, if you're well enough, feel free to leave. You'll see for yourself that there are no traps. He stands up, freeing me as he does. Don't worry. I'm not staying here. Yeah, if your ass gets hunted, don't come back here either. I'm not letting you in. He looks around and spots his clothes. Don't come back. Next time, there will be people waiting for you. He puts his top back on, and then he laughs. Then I'll kill them. Damn, dude. And he walks out, disappearing from my sight. Demons are so different from the stories we heard from childhood. They are not the monsters I've seen in the pictures. Even though it looks like they really feed on human blood. Nevertheless, I hope I won't cross paths with him ever again. Oh, sorry, I don't think that's happening. I try to stand up, but I'm a little lightheaded, so I sit back down. I have to rest. I let out a sigh and touch my neck. While the wounds aren't deep, they are awfully painful. As for this man, he must have gone back where he came from. Hopefully. I couldn't hide my wounds from my father. Okay. 2 bite marks on the neck would have been difficult to hide, no matter what. So then Dad already knows. But I lied to him about how I got them. I told him I didn't remember much. I said that it had happened in the forest, to avoid questions about why I brought a demon into my own home. Okay, so we live separately, okay. The mayor sent the word to the capital, and hoped that knights would be sent to help hunt down the demon and kill him. All right then, buddy. Nice knowing you, I guess. I'm not fond of the idea of killing him, but it's not like those people would have listened to me anyway. Even if I'm respected in the village, my words wouldn't be enough against the idea of having demons roaming around here. After a few weeks, the knights arrived, 6 of them. They patrolled mostly at night, around the village and in the neighboring forests, close to where I found the demon. And now that the knights are here, I'm allowed to go back into the woods to resume my work. Are we gonna see him again? I shouldn't be so nervous. There is no reason I should meet him again. Even so, I can't help but be scared by the possibility of meeting him. This time, he wouldn't let me walk out alive, but I have no choice but to help my father, and so I must come into the forest. The knights aren't that far, and if I shout loudly enough, they would probably hear me. I walk along the familiar path. Birds are singing, and I can hear animals running away as I step on the dry leaves on the floor. All those sounds feel reassuring. After all, the last time I came, there were no sounds at all. An hour goes peacefully by, until I cross paths with 2 of the knights. Is everything all right, young lady? Did you see anything suspicious? Hello, sir. You're kind of cute. Hi. Yes, everything went well thanks to your hard work, Mr. Knight. May I get a name? Glad to hear so. He takes a step towards me, and I continue to smile politely. You're a charming lady. Wanna grab a few drinks at the tavern tonight? Hello? Already flirting with me, sir? How long have I known you? Like a few days? A few hours? I look at him in disbelief. Is he hitting on me in the middle of a forest? The other knight signals discreetly, behind his friend's back, to not listen to him. But I don't feel at ease refusing his advances. I had to help my father in his shop. Sorry. That's too bad. If you change your mind, you know where to find me. Yes, please? And be careful out there. I let out a sigh of relief as his colleague grabs the knight's collar to drag him back to their patrol circuit. While I don't mind talking to them, knights are of a far higher status than the daughters of a village shopkeep. He could have easily taken my refusal as an insult. To avoid going in the same direction, I stray from my usual path. It's a good thing, since it allows me to discover a big patch of medicinal herbs that I have never seen before. I kneel down to fill the basket, one by one. As I start to hum a song, a hand suddenly covers my mouth. Is it the demon? Let's look over. I want to avoid a conflict as much as I can. This could be someone really dangerous. I try to turn my head slightly, and I'm surprised to recognize the face of the demon I wanted to avoid at all costs. Hi, that's all you gotta say to me? If you stay quiet, I'll free you. But I need a favor from you. Hello, a favor from me after how you treated me last time? My angry stare doesn't seem to faze him. I let out a sigh and nod in agreement. It's not like I have any other choice. He lets go of my face, allowing me to talk. I do my best to hide my fear of him, but my legs are paralyzed, and I'm unable to stand up. Why are you still here? Long story. His gaze towards the faraway sound of clinking armor from the knights. His gleaming red eyes are intimidating as always, but at least this time, his anger is not directed toward me. Find me a hideout. That's a very big request, sir. Can't you get back to your friends? Do you really think I would be asking if I could? I can't help. There are knights around here, sir. I cannot be seen with you. I can't even finish my sentence that the demon puts his claws to my throat. Already with the threats? I'll help. It's the least you can do. If it weren't for your knights, I wouldn't have had this issue. You shouldn't have attacked me. I can't even fight. I have no way to win against this man. So the smartest thing I can do right now is obey. But what kind of hideout are you looking for? A house. Somewhere close to humans. Isn't my house? Isn't it dangerous? They're less likely to think I would stay close to humans. So, as long as I can hide for a few months, not days, a few weeks, months, how many is a few? The way he says that makes it look easy. But you would need someone to feed you. I'm counting on you, bro. Okay. And if I refuse, I get killed. So I don't even have a choice. This is what I get from wanting to save someone. But I don't even know where you could stay. He stares, without saying a word, and waits. Is he waiting for me to offer up my own house? I think about all the possibilities, and he nods. Did he just read my thoughts? No. You already showed me the place anyway. Not my house. He probably had that idea from the beginning. He's so frustrating. I have no way to refuse him if I want to stay alive. Let's go. He looks at me, waiting for me to stand up. At least I can move my legs again. Getting angry at him made me forget of my fear. Yes. I guess we have no choice but to house this man, this demon, while we have knights around. So hopefully that other knight that tried to flirt with us won't get close, because now we have this man in our house. With my legs still a little numb, I stumble and almost fall, but he catches my arm. You good, buddy? You helping me out? Are you okay? He lets out a sigh. Sorry, well, follow me? We start on the way home, using a path not usually taken by the villagers. We have to be careful to not cross paths with the knights, but luckily enough, they don't patrol this way. I could have voluntarily come across them, but he would take that as a betrayal. Not having anything in common, we don't talk much on the way. And my head is full of thoughts. I can exactly share it with their main subject. Like how I could get rid of him without risking my life. Sadly, it's a question that has no answer for now. I could go to the knights, but they would kill him. And as much as I dislike him, I don't hate him enough. I don't want to bear the guilt for this man's death, demon or not. Fortunately, living in the village's outskirts has its benefits. We reach my house without being seen. After closing the door, I sigh and look at the demon. Oh, I guess welcome back, buddy. Can I help you? I don't know. Like, what does he want out of this situation? Like, I know he wants to make sure he doesn't get, I guess, kills. But like, where is he supposed to go after? What is he waiting for? The knights just to stop patrolling? I feel like after a while they would leave, right? And assume the demon has left this area. How long are they going to patrol this area? He is already rummaging through the living room and looking at every corner. What are you doing? Is he looking for traps? Making sure you don't have any weapons that could hurt me. Okay, what constitutes as a weapon? Because honestly, I can probably use anything here. Is a fork a weapon against you? I need my knives and my tools. I said that could hurt me. They can't hurt him? Bro, what do you mean? Okay. Good for him, if he doesn't consider knives to be weapons. One good stab would be enough to kill a human. You were hurt the first time They weren't knife wounds. Not from that kind of knife, at least. Was it something like an anti-demon weapon? Yes? His face clearly says I'm asking too many questions, so I avert my eyes toward the leftover dishes that I haven't cleaned from breakfast. I let him do as he pleases while I'm cleaning. When I'm finished, he's resting on the armchair, looking at me with cold eyes. What, can I not do my own dishes? Are you gonna do them for me? You might as well if I'm keeping you in here. I have to go take the herbs to my father. Do you wanna eat something for dinner? You? Wait, question mark? Me? I'm not food. You're good enough food to me. Is that a compliment? Meat. Red meat should be alright. It'll do. And don't go cry in the knight's arms. I won't. I leave the house. It'll take a while to adjust to having a roommate. Especially a dangerous one at that. But let's see the good side. Bandits wouldn't last if they met him. When I come back, the sun has already set. I bought some meat for the demon. My dad was surprised to see me buy so much, but I told him that I planned to dry it, so he wasn't suspicious. I opened the door. He's still in the armchair. Were you sitting there the whole time waiting? You could at least walked up. Snoop around at least. You took your time, food. Is that what he's calling me? Wait a minute. Food. Who? Me? I don't know your name, so yes. It reminds me, I haven't even asked for his name, so I can't complain about the nickname he chose for me. Lottie. And you? Styx. A fitting name for a demon. The name of the thin veil that separated our world from the demon one, until it disappeared years ago. So, Styx, you don't have to drink blood to live, am I right? What do you want to hear? The steak is enough to feed him. I don't want to ever get bitten again. What you really need, that a steak is enough? Can you tell me a steak is enough, please? It would be easier if I didn't have to think about another solution. Well, I'm sorry to tell you that meat isn't near enough to feed me. I need a minute to live, and the best way to get it is by feeding on living beings. Meat does provide a bit, but not near enough. After all, mana only flows in living beings. I didn't know demons fed exclusively on mana. That explains a lot about their nature and their habit of preying on humans. So, you will have to bite me. Biting or something else. Something else? Are we talking about the fate way? Mouth to mouth also works, and well, I suppose sex. The fate way? Oh my god. Mana transfer? How can you be so calm about it? Perhaps he's pretty open because it's just a way for him to eat. Forget the last one for now though, but we can circle around back to that idea. Demons might use sex as a way to eat, but certainly not me. I would never think of sleeping with him. And mouth to mouth, well, acceptable. I don't know if it's a good idea. Yet. I can accept that. I think it's better than biting. I mean, yeah. We will find a solution once you're hungry. Yeah, once we get to that situation, then we'll think about it. But I don't like any of the solutions. While I understand that Styx needs to eat like us humans, the way they do it makes it complicated. I'm not the kind to kiss anyone. I think it's better to avoid it, even if there aren't any feelings involved. Once I'm hungry, you're risking me losing control. Don't tell me at that last minute, and we should be alright. I guess I can do that, if it'll make it easier for me to eat than having to go out. After agreeing, I prepare dinner for the both of us. He sits at the table in front of me and seems to like the meat. That's something at least. The meat can hold him over a bit. As for the vegetables, he leaves those on the side of the plate. Is this because he thinks they're disgusting or he actually can't digest them? Though he is a grown man, probably older than me, the way he avoids the carrots amuse me. I stifle a laugh that I have to disguise as a cough to avoid angering him. Styx, what do you usually eat when you're home? I can't even be sure he'll answer, but I'm actually curious, since they have to consume mana to live. Before the veil was torn apart, we could eat pretty much the same things you do. Our world was much richer in mana than yours, and so was our food. I leaned slightly toward him, interested in the conversation. Pleased to see me listen, he actually relaxes a little. Ooh, okay, some quality time. We're actually getting to know about him and his world. But now that our worlds aren't separated anymore, mana is more scarce for you. Is that right? Mana flow from our world to yours. It strengthened your magic, but we grew weaker, hungry. We would eat as much as we could, but it was never enough. The hunger made some of us willing to do anything to live. That led us to discover that your blood carried the mana we needed. And that's why demons started hunting humans. He nods. They're much more similar to us than I thought. I feel like they suffered so much to get where they are now. I let out a sigh and then looked at him. You forgot your vegetables? I didn't. They're disgusting. So you're a picky eater? No, He stands up and threatens me by showing me his claws. Really? You're threatening me because I called you a picky eater? I don't need them. And don't worry, I won't force them on you. It's not worth the hassle. I'm going to sleep. We didn't talk about where he would be sleeping, but it seems like he already has decided. Not my room. But he slams the door before I can even finish my... I'm sorry? Did he regulate me? Regulate? Did he delegate me to the couch? Hello? What do you mean, sir, in my bedroom? I know you're threatening me and all, but this is my house. What do you mean? The damn couch? Do we have a couch? We have the armchair. I'm not sitting on this table at night. What? Ugh, so annoying. I leave the table. I run behind him to my bedroom. I walk through the door and stop near the bed. Styx, you can't sleep here. I know I can't do anything against him, but he needs me, so I should be safe, at least for now. Just put like a pillow in between you guys, and one person sleeps on one side and someone sleeps on the other. It's my bed now. I won't move. I don't dare get too close to him. After all, he's quick to use threats if I'm not careful. And I don't think I want to test whether he's serious or not. I don't have any other bed. So, you want me to sleep on the floor like a slave? Bro, shut up. No, but yeah, get your ass on the floor if you want to be like that. I let out a sigh. Living with him will be difficult. I sit on the mattress and push him to the other side of the bed. At least leave me some room to sleep. If I don't have a choice? You do, but it would be mean. I am mean. I take a peek at him, but he doesn't move. It means I should be able to sleep on my own bed. Sadly, not alone. I grab my pajamas, then change in the bathroom before coming back. He still hasn't moved, and from his breathing, he's probably asleep. He must have had a hard time until now. I should let him rest. I cover him with the blanket and lie down with my back toward his. I didn't think I would sleep with a man just like that. But it's not like anything would happen, so I'm not too worried. I close my eyes, but I'm full of thoughts. What did I get myself into? I can only hope that he'll leave as soon as possible. Is that the end? Oh, it's not. We got more. Hell yeah. I can't sleep. It's not nice to play the tough girl, but in truth, this man turned me into a nervous wreck. He doesn't even move. He doesn't even need to. In order to make my heart beat loudly, I have to sit up as I feel a panic attack creeping up. Calm down, Lottie. But I can't control it. The fear. The image of him biting me is printed in my head. Okay, I'm liking seeing this side of MC. Despite some confidence that she does have at certain situations, she's still afraid of this man. This man could 100% kill her once he pleases, once he feels like she's not useful anymore. The only reason that we MC us is still even alive is because he has to hide out in our place. But once he finds out that there's no more point in doing that and maybe wants to relocate somewhere else, he probably will just snap our neck real quickly and then drain us of all the blood we have. And I like we still have that fear of when he first bit our neck too. Because he could do that at any moment. I was all right when it happened, but it seems like it affected me more than I thought. I do my best to focus on my breathing. Inhale. Exhale. After a couple of minutes, I slowly regain my composure. It's been a long time since I've had a panic attack. I take a quick peek at him, but he's still sleeping. Even if I'm feeling better, I still feel a tinge of nervousness that will prevent me from falling asleep. I hope deep inside that the way we met was only an unfortunate turn of events. I can't sleep anymore, so I should get some work done. At least it will stop me from thinking too much, even if it's still the middle of the night. I do the laundry, clean the house, and it's already almost noon when Styx wakes up. A few days pass without us talking much. Damn, okay, so he's been here for a while now. Are the Knights still in the area? I still can't sleep in the same room as him without having a panic attacks. So I decide to sleep in the living room. It's not the best, but better than not sleeping at all. But the more time passes, the later Styx wakes up. Is it because he hasn't had any mana in a while? It's not even that he sleeps later, but that he sleeps much more. Styx, how do you feel? Fine. Why? You look like you didn't sleep. I slept. It's the middle of the afternoon, and he only just woke up. Am I the only one who sees how it's wrong? Well, if you're fine. But seeing how exhausted he is, I must say I have plenty of doubts. Are those eye bags? Like, were they there before? He walks to the table and sits down, staring into the void. Maybe it would be better to ask him if he's hungry. I wouldn't ask if I could avoid it. But there's also the possibility of him losing control and biting me like he did last time. Yeah, I think the mana, that's what it is. He needs mana desperately. I should still be alright for a while. He sits down, taking a slice of bread to nibble on while we talk. Are you sure? Because his lethargic state tells me otherwise. I don't know. Why would Styx wait until he reaches his limit? I think it would be better if I consume some mana. Yeah. I'm a little nervous, but it should be better than a demon bite. He rises to his feet, but he must feel dizzy as he immediately sits back down. Don't move, I'll come to you. He turns toward me, then stands up while slightly leaning back on the table. I step closer, then stare into his eyes. It's mouth-to-mouth feeding. I have nothing to be worried about. This little quick makeout session, this should be fine. I guess it's a better solution than him biting into our neck and us having to wait for that shit to heal. Even so, the mix of fear and nervousness makes it too hard to breathe. I do my best not to show any weakness. It would be easy for him to manipulate me afterward if I did. So, we just had to stick our mouths close to each other? Did she not realize what mouth-to-mouth meant? It should be enough. I grab his face to force him to lean down and close the distance between us to reach his mouth. His lips are dry and cracked, and I don't feel nice to touch. He soon grabs my waist to pull me against him. Then he slides his hand from my back to my neck. It sends a shiver down my spine. But not the bad kind of shiver. That's when I start to feel something moving and leaving my body. I didn't know him feeding from my mana would feel so strange. It has no shape, no taste, but I can definitely feel it pouring from my mouth to his. Styx takes much longer than I thought to feed himself. He feels the same as he deepens the mouth-to-mouth feeding into what feels more like a kiss. His tongue slides between my lips and touches mine. Damn, dude, he's into it. Hold on. It suddenly feels very different and more sensual. But I don't feel like pushing him away, so I let him continue to explore my mouth. His teeth grazes my tongue, and he suddenly sinks them into my flesh. So I shove my hand into his face to get away. We said no biting. It hurts so much, and the taste of iron fills my mouth. Why didn't I push away earlier? I had a moment of weakness. He extends his hand toward me, but I take a step back. Don't touch me. I put my hand over my mouth to hide it. It's probably bloody from the bite. Lottie, Did you have enough? Yeah. Then leave me alone. My tone is firm enough that he doesn't try anything. I then walk to my room and lock the door behind me. I knew I should have been more careful. But the bite isn't the only reason I'm upset. It's also because I feel quite aroused by his kiss. It felt good, and I feel ashamed. It doesn't mean anything. It's just mouth-to-mouth feeding. But at that moment, I wouldn't have minded if he had continued. His warmth, the way he kept me close. I'm losing my mind. I close my eyes and shake my head. I must not think about this. At least the wood reminds me that Styx isn't someone I should get close to. He's too dangerous. The moment I let my guard down is the moment he will attack. I lie down on my bed. I should try to get some rest while I can. He doesn't act like I'm his hostage, but it's hard to live with someone I don't trust. It's already evening when I decide to come out of the bedroom. I would have stayed longer if it wasn't for the deep hunger I felt. I guess giving mana takes more energy than I thought. The nap wasn't enough. At least my tongue isn't too swollen. I don't want to see Styx. Is he still here? We gave him some mana, so he does have some energy at least. Either he's just still sitting, maybe at the armchair or the table until we come out, or he left the house and we didn't realize. I opened the door, not thinking he would be right behind. Were you just waiting for me? Startled, I immediately try to close it, but he grabs it to keep it open. What? Was he waiting for me to go out of my room? I shouldn't have bitten you. But you did. Why? I lost control for a second. It's not worth getting angry about, right? I guess he's only using me. All the more reason to do the bare minimum for him. It is. You hurt me. Of course I'm upset. Listen, I'm sorry. He looks guilty and lets go of the door. I sigh. I forgive you, but please, don't do it again. Styx turns away from me and goes into the kitchen. He brings back a pot full of freshly made food. Did he make dinner? I would forgive him 100% right there. This man made me dinner? Hello? You can cook too? Are you hungry? I let out a sigh. I suppose it's his way of apologizing. I am. I didn't know you could cook. He brings me a plate full of stew. It smells so good that my mouth is watering. I'm not a bad cook, but this is a whole new level. I don't know how he could do this with what I have in my pantry. How did you even do this? It's nothing much. You should taste to check if it's edible. I will, but I have nothing to worry about. It tastes even better than it smells. It's full of flavor, sweet with a slight tangy aftertaste. I know he used some spices, but nothing that I recognized. The stew is similar to the traditional one from around here, but also very different. I love it. How did you do it? I didn't think it had the ingredients for something so spicy. I use your medicinal herbs. They're similar to what my people use for our own cooking. You should teach me. I would love to learn, and why am I so quick to forget? Why would he? I can show you. I'm bored here anyway. Oh, then I'll take you up on that offer. Yeah, eat while it's warm. Even though he has bad sides, he also has some good ones. Well, it shouldn't be too long until you can leave, right? Probably. I'm not sure. The nights are still patrolling. That's true. I'll try to ask my father if he knows when they'll leave. It shouldn't be too long before they do. And once that happens, I'll be free from Styx. We eat together and, now that I look at him, he looks much better than this morning. At least I didn't sacrifice my tongue for nothing. Even if I wish it wouldn't happen.
What do you mean that's the end of the demo? No! I was really getting into it.
Okay. Thank you for playing the demo. I have one message left for you. The Demon's Apple will release this winter. Hell yeah! Alright, that was the demo for the Demon's Apple. I enjoyed that. I'm liking the relationship between Styx and the MC so far. Obviously, they don't really trust each other at the beginning, but it seems like they're warming up to each other. That night guy that tried to flirt with MC, I'm a bit worried about him. I feel like he has to come back sooner or later, since we still have Styx with us. Is he gonna visit our house and like, hey, did you want to go out for that drink again? Or something like that? Styx, I don't know when this man is leaving our home, but he might be here for the long haul. The Knights are actually patrolling for a lot longer than I assumed they would. I guess they have Knights to spare. They've been here for what, a few weeks at most? And Styx said he would be here for a few months. I'm not sure about the whole time passage that's happened so far since we took Styx back in, but everything seems to be good so far. It looks like MC and Styx are kind of coming together a bit. They're getting used to each other, being more amicable than before. I still do not know what that mark is on MC's forehead supposed to mean, and hopefully the story will actually let me know, or it might be like in the description of the game. Oh yeah, I really enjoyed that. I cannot wait for the full game to be released. As I said before in the beginning, there are pre-orders available right now. I think the game should be about $10 if you check the itch.io page. Definitely check that out and see any updates about the game. I think there is a dev log like a week or so ago if you guys want to check that out. And if you do end up playing the demo yourself, don't forget to comment and rate to let the creators know how much you enjoy it. I'm sure they always enjoy that. As always, I will also leave links in my description to the itch.io page to make it easier for you guys to get to it. So that should be it for today. I really enjoyed that. So that is it for today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, what have you if you enjoyed my content. I love talking about fictional men. But that's it for today. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye bye!